Hello everyone. In this tutorial we're going to create an internet connected tool that will remind us to water our plants when it needs water. And to do that we're going to use the MSP430 LaunchPad. However, we can almost use any Energia enabled LaunchPad development kit from Texas Instruments. In this case I'm using the MSP430 F5529. I also have the CC3100 Wi-Fi BoosterPack. And by plugging these two boards together we can create internet-connected applications. However, I could just as easily do this project using the CC3200 Wi-Fi LaunchPad as well. However, in this instance, it's a single-chip solution that includes both the MCU and Wi-Fi network processor here in one chip. But in this tutorial, I'm going to go ahead and do the two-chip implementation. So let's go ahead and plug these two boards together. There you go, and just like that, our hardware is set up between the microcontroller board underneath and the Wi-Fi network processor. So let's go ahead and put that down. The sensor we're going to use is coming from SeeedStudio. So we worked with them to develop this Grove starter kit that includes several sensors as well as a brand new booster pack, which is this guy here. This is the Grove-based booster pack. It plugs on top of the LaunchPad, and as you can see there's three sections, and these different category of connectors allow us to interact with Grove, with the SeeedStudio's Grove portfolio. They've got over 100+ different modules, and each module might be analog, and you can plug them into these connectors here. They might be digital. You can plug those into these connectors, or if it's a serial connecting module, you can plug them into any one of these. You've got I2C, UART, and SPI. But in this case, for moisture sensing, we're going to use an analog module. And that's actually available here in this kit. So there you can see is the moisture sensor. So here's the moisture sensor that we're going to be using. You can see that there are 4 pins. There is a signal pin, there's a no connect, there's VCC and ground. And to power that and provide that signal back to the LaunchPad, we can use one of these Grove wire connectors. So I'm just going to go ahead and plug that in. And now this is going to route these pins, these 3 pins, to the appropriate pins of the LaunchPad with the help of the booster pack. So since this here is an analog sensor, I'm going to plug it into one of the analog connectors here on the Grove booster pack. And in this case, the yellow wire, which is connected to our signal pin, is connected to pin number 23, and you can actually read that there on the silk screen. So that's going to be helpful for us when we start writing the software. So the last thing I can go ahead and do is plug this to my LaunchPad. So the really cool thing about this Grove-based booster pack from SeeedStudio is that it, oops, I'm off by one, is that it adheres to the booster pack pinout standard that many of our LaunchPad kits follow. So that means that all of the analog signal pins are going to route to the appropriate pins of the booster pack connector. Same thing for the digital pins and the serial connection modules up here. And that's it on a hardware perspective. So you can see we're taking a open source hardware and modular hardware approach. We've got the analog moisture sensor from SeeedStudio. We've got the Grove-based booster pack from SeeedStudio plugged into a TI MSP LaunchPad with the Wi-Fi 3100 booster pack from Texas Instruments, all plugged together. So with that, we can go ahead and plug this in over USB, and we can start taking a look at the software side of this system.